Hello everyone, Joy here. I'm back with the sixth video. I am so excited, as you could have guessed from the intro clip, that today we'll finally do some home tour. It's been a long process trying to get this home tour together. Hunting for a place a while back. It's a lot of logistics that you got to deal with when you're moving. Contractual laws. As well-intentioned as my partner is, he's not Korean, so there's a lot of things that I had to deal with. Yes, I am living with my partner, but I just want to clarify because there's probably a lot of young women watching. I do not recommend living with a man at all. Even my very first very serious relationship, I live with a man. It's been a horrible experience. But on the contrary, my partner, he pays all our bills and he does the house chores, sometimes a little more than 50%. His work is more flexible and he's more, well paid, as he should be, right? He's a man living in a man's world. And he has empathy for the fact that it is a lot harder for me to earn the same dollar that he earns. And I just also want to remind people, I'm able to have a partner that pays my bills and things like that, not because I'm better than the next woman, not because I'm high value or anything like that. It's just because I've accumulated a little bit of experience to realize what I want for myself and what I don't. If I could go back in time and avoid all the crap, then I would be maybe further ahead in life. But sometimes some people learn by experience, some people learn smarter and faster through other people's advice. So just be careful. It's what I want to tell people, and I don't recommend living with a man at all. As they say, even the greatest man, top-notch man, is just an average woman, right? Like things we take for granted when it comes to women, like empathy, willingness to share, kindness, doing household labor. These things are often considered like excellent qualities in men, right? So as grateful as I am to have a good partner, I also keep in mind that I would do the same for him if I was in his position, right? If I was a man living in a world that's run by men and getting paid more for the same amount of works for same hours, I would have definitely provided for my partner. So as grateful as I am, I try not to put him on a pedestal. Do you know what I mean? And I admit in most cases, living with a man is not beneficial at all. And the only reason why my situation is beneficial for me, it's not because I'm special. I mean, everybody's special, but it's because I've sort of known what I want for myself and I refuse to settle. And of course, I've had this conversation with my partner. This is not his only place. He's able to go somewhere else and live somewhere else if he wants to, but we're choosing to live together. We've known each other for almost a year now. And he's been telling me from day one, even before we officially started dating. Of course, he asked me to be his girlfriend way early in the relationship, and I was just being careful because I didn't want to be love bombed. At first time that he asked, I said no. But from the beginning, he told me, I like to pay all the bills for you. Like, it's what I like to do. It's who I am. So that's what I want to tell people. You can't really convince people of your worth. You just have to find someone that set a certain standard for himself as to what kind of partner he's going to be. Just as how I set a standard for what kind of partner I'm going to be and what kind of life I want, right? So we happen to just match together, and, that's how we were able to make this happen. There's so many other, aspects behind home tours. And I just want to remind people, everything you see on the internet is not always 100%. I would say maybe it's true, but it's not 100% of how someone's life is, how someone got there. And, there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes behind things, and, that no-brainer. But I just want to remind people that I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I do think that I have a pretty charming life. I like my life. There's a lot of things that I want to improve about my life, of course. Also, because this channel did started growing because of minimalism, I think it's only fair that I also bring the element of how I still practice minimalism. I would say it's more of a semi-minimalism house right now because, again, I'm not only worrying about my comfort, I'm also worrying about my partner's comfort and our life together. So, I just want to share that aspect. And there are many things that we could do right now for our house. As you'll see, there's a couple furnitures missing. There's some things that I'm considering getting that I'm not getting yet. And, that's just our process. And he's very patient. He's not the type of person that will rush you. I'm the type of person that will be rushing my partner to do things and things like that. But there are a lot of improvements that I want to make around the house. So I will be sharing that with you guys. And also, I would say it's not a fully minimalist home because I do use my work storage to store both of our stuff. For the big chunk of my life, I kept every single one of my items in the apartment that I was living at. But now that I have a partner and I do live with him, and this is one aspect of my life that changed, it's too much stuff to have both of our stuff in the same space. And I love space, and so it was kind of like a compromise that we made, that we'll keep some of his stuff and my stuff as well at the shop storage, so I can then we can have more space at the house. Again, I don't think it's my job to throw away other people's things, you know. I also have kind of like trauma surrounding that. I don't know if I ever share that, but my father he's very good at cleaning. That's, I guess, one good quality of him. He's a very clean guy, but he also never asks my permission to throw away my things. I remember one particular instance. I was looking for this stuffed lion. I even have a picture of this big stuffed lion that I loved, and my dad just got rid of it one day without even asking me. I think he said it's like, oh, you're not even gonna wash it. But I was like, what, 7 years old? You know what I mean? Like, how is a child supposed to like wash and maintain their toys at that age, right? It's just a story of my life. I've always been expected to be a lot more mature for my age. And that's just some trauma that I was working at. And I also acknowledge that maybe perhaps one of the reasons why I was, you know, not really willing to hold on to things, or even sometimes decluttering perfectly good items. Maybe deep down I feel like I don't deserve to own things if I, you know, I don't know, if I didn't earn it enough, if I didn't struggle enough for it, if I don't take care of it enough. Although, you know, I love minimalism, again, I would never force it on anyone. And I think everything should be like that, right? Every philosophy, even your faith, even your religion, even your lifestyle, whatever, nothing should be forced. You're allowed to influence people by living by a certain example and growing as a person, you know, and people will learn from you if they feel like it could benefit them, right? If they look up to you in certain aspects of your life. But you should never force your lifestyle on anyone, and I still try to practice that with my partner as well. I never force him to do anything when it comes to decluttering and stuff. I will tell him like, you know, my opinions, but at the same time, like, he's one of those guys, like, he doesn't really like, how do I say, I bling myself up, but he doesn't really do that for himself. So he's a very simple guy, very grateful about small things. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm attracted to him, right? It's not just because he provides for things. There's certain qualities, and even, you know, providing for your partner, it just shows like his mentality, right? What kind of person he wants to be, and his social awareness and things like that. That's what's attractive about him. I don't want to share too much. I asked for permission for home tours, of course. Permission sounds weird, but I was like, hey, is that okay if I do this? He's like, yeah, that's fine. You know, I could be even on your channel with you. And I was like, no. Why would I publicly claim a man like that? I don't know. No judgment to people who do, but for me, I feel like that's kind of like off limits. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with it at this point in my life. So, you know, but I just wanted to say that, yeah, you know, he knows that I'll be filming home tours. And that mostly my home tours and things I talk about would mostly, you know, involve my own things and how I live my life in this new arrangement. Of course, I'm going to be mentioning my partner from here and there, because it would be more weird if I'm completely ignoring him when we're literally sharing the same place. Sometimes I might have to point out that's his stuff, we did that, with this, so on and so forth. And don't be coming at me being like, stop centering men. You know, usually the only times I center men is to point out how horrible they are, so don't worry about it. Just want to say it's just part of my life, and I think that it will be really kind of exciting to see you know, how we live. And I also think that we're only here for temporary time. Of course, nobody knows what happens after afterlife. You might claim to know, but I don't know. I personally think that no one knows for sure. But I do have a feeling that we have to live this life to the fullest. You know, because if you never live this life to the fullest, this physical life that you're living in right now, what makes you think that you'll be awarded with a better life? Maybe then every single life you live, you will always never live it to the fullest. And I think that's a little silly thing to do. This could be the only life you ever get, which I think is more likely based on science. But, you know, maybe off chance there's some afterlife, or you'll be reincarnated or whatever. I still think that it's your duty to live this life to the fullest. And that's what I'm trying to do. And my point is, maybe one day I'll look back in these days and notice things that I didn't notice before. And it's kind of fun to see how far I've come and how much I've changed, so on and so forth. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds. And thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Although at times my content can be a little boring and imperfect. But then again, I've always been a big proponent of fighting perfectionism, because at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. I promise you, I'm not perfect, and I can tell you you're not perfect, and I can tell you Joe Schmo somewhere is not perfect either. Nobody is perfect, but we're all here trying to do our best, trying to live our life to the fullest in the best way we know how. So anyway, that's enough lecturing for the day, and without further ado, let's start my new apartment home tour. Let's go. So I just wanted to show you roughly the main highlight of this place. So gorgeous, especially those mountains. So these are all the summer clothes and some work supplies I need to take back to work. As you can see, it's quite a large sum. The weather's getting cold, so I'll put away all these summer clothes. And those are the laundry that needs to be done. It's quite a lot, but it's me and my partner's laundry. Let's go to the bathroom first. The less exciting part first, I suppose. But I also love our bathroom. It's quite big. I absolutely love it. I love those sliding glass doors. We even got a squeegee. Of course, there's a little cabinet. I'm not gonna go through all that, but of course, it's both me and my partner's things. And this is where we keep our shoes. Just want to show you briefly. And I also keep mostly my shoes on this side and my partner's shoes on the other side, but that's his stuff. This laundry system that I'm really excited about. We've been using it for a while, but this one in the bottom is color clothes, and we'll put our whites in here. Very, very nice. And these baskets are detachable, so these days we take our laundry to a laundry place with the proper dryer and everything instead of drying them in the house. It's kind of nice. And this is the closet area. I just want to show you guys this closet is amazing. It's floor to ceiling built in. I absolutely love it. This is his side of the closet and these two are mine. You know, sharing spaces. But I just want to show you guys, this is all the clothes that I'm keeping pretty much. So these are jackets and skirts, and I still have some workout pants and pants down here. And these are, you know, like socks and miscellaneous items and things like that. But that's pretty much everything that I've been keeping, just rotating between these outfits, which I think that's like plenty for now. Of course, this area still needs organizing, so on and so forth. There's my makeup bag, some jewelry box, and some of my documents and things like that. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Couple things. My bags are finally organized up there. Very, very cute. I've decluttered so much bags, actually. Some of these are old and some of them are new. So I want to show you guys this new baseball cap that I also got. So cute with the cat. Very cute. And that's my original OG black cap that I have. So I do have a baseball cap on top of the original cap. I just want to also show you this new jacket that I love. I believe this is a French brand, but I got it for like 15 bucks. I think their jackets usually go around 100, but I got it from a thrift shop. And I'm also planning on donating there more in the future. But yeah, you can see even the inside lining is pink. I love it. Important change, I would say, in my lifestyle is that we've been having those indoor, that's a controllable, we can control the lighting with our phone. And my partner's very big on like indoor lighting, no direct lighting and things like that. And he's like definitely upgraded the vibe of our houses. I did turn on the overhead light just for this tour, but yeah, usually those things would be off. We actually have this gas stove. I love our gas stove, and there's like a bunch of things that we have a little post-it to figure out how we can get more things and organize. As you can see, our house is pretty much organized, but not completely. Now, I also want to show you this amazing built-in cabinetry. This is my favorite thing about this type of housing. Everything built in, and so we can keep things nice and neat. Just want to show you, this is a freezer. I'm not going to open the freezer just because there's trash bags there, but I'll show you the fridge. It's still pretty much empty right now, but we do have a lot of frozen veggies and things, so that's nice. And here's this Korean learning chart that I got for him. And of course, still need to do some dishes. We made our first meal last night, so we've been eating out this whole time, so that's kind of nice. And a bunch of cute miscellaneous items there. And of course, these cabinets are more full now. So these are our things in the cabinets. This is our medicine box, and this is his hydration things, and of course, his Western, so on and so forth, snacks in here. That's his man cave area. A little corner is mine right now. It's occupied by our stuffed animal children. But this side, I'm thinking about putting my makeup stand here so I can get ready. There's a mirror right there. I am thinking about setting up a get ready area. Lovely new apartment. I don't even think I need to mention how happy I am with it. It's a beautiful place. It's huge. I'm going to be doing many little updates from now on, and I'm really excited to show you all the progress. So hope you guys enjoyed this week's tour, and I'll catch y'all next time with more tours. Bye!